Today at the Silverstone Museum, I've got something extra special for you. I know I always say something along those lines, but believe me, this one really is. First of all, it's a Ferrari, and we're always super excited to have a Ferrari here at the museum. It's quite a rarity, we don't often get them. But this one is super special. From some of our other videos, you'll be aware that we have got a collection of bikes and cars from the F1 World Champion from 1964, John Surtees. He obviously won the Bike World Championship as well, so we got those. But then we've managed to acquire, for just a short time, through until March next year, this wonderful Ferrari that John owned and used. He used it as a family car. So let's have a little bit of a look. This is a Ferrari 330 GT. Under this bonnet is a huge V12 engine. It's a proper front-engined Ferrari V12 GT car. For those of you that know a little bit about the 330, you might notice the first thing you see is the lights are a little bit different. These were some special ones that were put on to the car, and some of the iterations had this split light, but many of them you see with just one light across here. The car, there's lots of rumours about these cars. John Surtees apparently had two of these, but what is true, the reason he was given this car by Enzo Ferrari is because he was actually using a BMW road car when he first signed for the team. Enzo Ferrari didn't want that. He wanted John Surtees in a Ferrari, so the discussion started. John at first wanted a small two-seater Ferrari, a kind of sports car, but he just got married. He was expecting the family to grow a little bit, and so therefore he selected one of these larger GT cars. Now, I'm going to get the camera in here because one thing you cannot miss is the blemishes and the marks on the bonnet. And all over the body of this car, you'll see, Jess has got the camera over that side, you can see all these blemishes. Now, the car has undergone little bits of work, but it's not been restored. The owner has kept it in absolute original condition. If we bring the camera down this way, you'll see various blemishes on the bonnet. You'll see the paint is certainly not pristine in any way, shape or form. It's certainly not your kind of Ferrari that you see on the front of magazines normally. The wheels are these fabulous wire wheels, and they just look brilliant. The size of these tyres and the wheels, when you're up next to them, you realise what a brute of a car this is. With such a powerful engine pushing the car along, we need these big wheels. I love these wire wheels. Surtees himself had two of these. One of them, he had a kind of set of wheels made for the car. I did with a bit of research looking at some magazines from the mid-1960s. I'm going to bring the camera down this way, and you've got the all-important Pininfarina styling badge there. Now, Pininfarina, for those of you that aren't aware, were a design company that used to work with Ferrari and other car manufacturers doing the styling of these beautiful GT cars. And quite honestly, this one is an absolute stunner. As we make our way round to the back, you can see more of this unrestored bodywork here, and it is just great to be up next to such an original car. And we bring the camera down, you've got these twin exhausts at the back, these absolutely huge exhausts, getting rid of the exhaust gases from that wonderful V12. But I tell you what, this is only part of the car. Let's jump inside and have a little bit of a look at what we've got inside. So now we're inside this lovely Ferrari 330 GT, and the astute amongst you will notice that I've got changed for the occasion, and this is certainly nothing to do with the fact we had a little bit of a technical glitch and we've had to film this on a slightly different day. But anyway, back to the car, and first thing that jumps out at you straight away is I wish we had an element of you being able to smell what we can smell sitting inside this car. The wood and leather. You know you're sitting in something that is luxurious and that is made for those people who want that finer things in life. As we take a wander through this car and taking a look, the first thing is this steering wheel. The gorgeous Ferrari iconic emblem sitting there, that yellow with the horse. But you've got this steering wheel actually that feels very large, but also quite thin. Handmade wooden steering wheel. It does really feel a quality item. Working our way across the dashboard, you've got embedded in this thick wood all of these dials, which even carry, I don't know if Jess can get the camera in there to see, the little Ferrari emblem on the inside of the rev counter and the speedo there. The other dials fitting in there. We've even got electric windows. If probably Jess takes the camera over to her side of the car, you'll get to see the silver electric window handles. Moving down inside the car, you see the pedals slightly offset a little bit, but also we've got the handbrake. Now, I'm not a Ferrari owner and driver, unfortunately, regularly, but this handbrake being down here does seem a little bit of an odd position. You can just hear me moving it to and fro there. Got this lovely bulbous gear stick giving you that real feel of, yeah, I'm in charge. And looking across the bonnet of this car, you've got that huge V12 engine in the bonnet. You really do feel like you're in a pretty large vehicle. Looking into the back, as I mentioned on the video earlier, John Surtees was going to use this as a family car, and absolutely you could. Back seat here is huge, only limited by the handrest with the obligatory cigarette ashtray in the middle here. I'm not sure how many of the young kids would have been sitting in the back of this, would have been smoking. But anyway, we look up to the roof. You've got this roof lining, which is quilted. And again, another element of a quality item. Even things like the stalk for the little rear view mirror here just look lovely. Now, this car is used. It's whilst it's voluptuous and it's certainly opulent, it is also, you can tell it's been used, and I love that feel to it. The car is only with us until the end of March, so please get yourselves down to the museum and you can get up close to something that really is very, very special.